Good morning and welcome to a new month. Today is Monday, November 2nd. And let's just jump in. We have a new color, we have a new shape, we have a new prayer. So let's learn our new prayer. It's a little bit longer than our October prayer, but after we say it a couple times, I'm sure you boys will get it. All right, so let's fold our hands and bow our heads. Dear God, we give thanks for all good things, for potatoes and stuffing and turkey wings. We thank God for pumpkin pie and the happiness in our family's smile. Amen. That's a fun one, right? All right, let's get our flag out, our hand over our hearts. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Awesome job. Okay, I'm going to get you a little closer so we can see some of the things that we will be talking about in the month of November. We are going to learn about the Pilgrims, and we're going to learn about the Native American Indians. And for the first week in November, I picked the letter P. So you can see pail, puzzle, pumpkin, pencil, and pig all begin with the letter P. I picked that letter because Pilgrim begins with P, Plymouth Rock begins with P, and we're going to learn about that. And the other letters of the month are M and I. I picked those for Indians, for Native American Indians. I picked that for iguana. We're going to read a really cool book about an iguana. And then the letter M I picked for Mayflower. I picked for our Thanksgiving mouse. So we're going to learn a lot of fun things in November. All right, so let's jump right in. The first thing about the month of November is our shape, and our shape is a rectangle. And it's one of my favorite shapes because I like to say rectangles have two long sides, two short sides, two long sides, two short sides. We could do it like this too. Two long sides, two short sides. So it's a really fun shape. It's the shape of your bed. It's the shape of a door. It's the shape of a mat or a rug. It could be the shape of a book. A lot of fun things shaped like rectangle. So I'm going to put my rectangle back here, and then we're going to look at my cowboy. And my cowboy down here is brown. So the color of the month is brown. So many fun things that are brown. If we look outside now, we see the leaves are changing from those beautiful colors of orange, yellow, and red to brown. Of course, mud is brown, and if you look at all the work that you did for your swimming pool on the ground, when they had to dig it up, you saw a lot of brown mud. On our cowboy, we see that there's a brown dog, brown cowboy boots, brown hat, a horse is brown. A lot of fun things that are brown. And if you look at your candy that you got from trick-or-treating, I'm sure you can find some yummy chocolate in your candy basket that is brown. So color's brown, shape is rectangle. We are still in the season of fall. Even though we changed months, we're still in the season of fall. We'll be in the season of fall until December, so we have a little bit of time. And I want to teach you some November songs. Now, I do a really silly song in November for the cornucopia, which is the Horn of Plenty, which is how the Native Americans and the Indians used to harvest. They used to hold their Horn of Plenty like this, and then they could pick their vegetables and put it in their horn. Okay, this is a little different because it's flat, but usually they're big and they're out. And as you can see, I have some fruits and vegetables in my Horn of Plenty. Well, a Horn of Plenty is also called a cornucopia. And we have a really fun song to sing about a cornucopia. And I use my guitar to sing about the cornucopia, and I don't know how to play the guitar. So, something to look forward to. Miss Sheila's singing with a guitar that she doesn't know how to play and made up words to a song that she wrote. So, I'm not going to hit you with that the first day, but that is going to be a fun song. But I do want to teach you a couple of the November songs. Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? With the gobble, 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 and a wobble, wobble, wobble. Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? Because we are going to be talking about turkeys in the month of November. Here's my guy. He is ready. A turkey is a funny bird. His head goes wobble, wobble, and he knows one silly word. Gobble, gobble, gobble. So they're the fun songs that we are going to sing in the month of November. I have another turkey here, and you can see that this turkey has a lot of beautiful feathers. And if you look at the box that I sent home, you're going to see so many feathers and beads and different things for the crafts that we're going to do this month. It's a very fun month for doing our crafts. All right, so today we're going to work on three things. The first thing is our November cutting. And for October, I might have sent one or two of these home, but I sent a couple of these home because I really want you guys to get used to cutting. And our oval is on the bottom and our circle is on the top. Our oval is for our fingers and our circle is for our thumb, and we're opening and closing. Now, the trick to this is when you're cutting, I want you to cut up the line, but I want you to stop when you get to your turkey, and I want you to stop when you get to your pumpkin, and I want you to stop when you get to your birds and your Horn of Plenty, and I want you to stop on this one when you get to your acorns. Okay, so I don't want you to go all the way through. I want you to control your scissors and stop when you get there. If you have any trouble cutting and you're getting frustrated, then I would just like you to rip. But I would like you to try to rip, not like Miss Sheila did, but rip all the way down to the picture, in between maybe, and not rip the whole thing off. Because ripping is part of cutting. So if you're having trouble, you're getting frustrated, or your fingers are getting tired, let's do some ripping. So we're gonna cut this, rip it, whatever you wanna do. And you can always take scrap paper, even newspaper, or if you get the Voorhees, I think it's called the Voorhees Sun. I'm not sure what it's called anymore, but it's a little newspaper that talks about what's going on in Voorhees. After mom and dad are done reading it, you can always take this and practice. You can practice ripping and you can practice cutting on scrap pieces of paper. Just please, boys, always remember scissor safety. The point is down. We're holding them like this. We're never running with scissors. And again, the oval part is on the bottom for your fingers, and the circle part is on the top for your thumb. And you really have to get your fingers strong. Open, close, like you're getting ready for a workout. You have to stretch and get your fingers ready. The next worksheet that we are going to do today is called Match the Apples. And this is going to be more cutting. So on the bottom, I don't know if I cut these for you. If I didn't, mom and dad can cut this out, cut on the line, and then you guys are just cutting along the dotted line. So we're cutting up. I'll show you. Cutting up. We're cutting across. And again, we're cutting up. And we're cutting across, because when you're done cutting this, it is going to be shaped like a rectangle. 2 long sides and 2 short sides. All right, so this is what it's going to look like before you cut each line. And when you're done cutting each line where the scissors are, you're going to have 4 squares. So let's go ahead and do that. Cut the 4 squares. You're always going to learn, boys, I'm always going to include apples in your lessons all year round. Even though we talked about apples a lot in September and even in October, I'm always going to put apples in because you know that's my favorite fruit. So, all right, so match the apple. And there's 4 different rectangles. And we're going to start with our plain apple. Doesn't have a bite in it or seeds or a worm, and we're going to match that. So we're going to look at our 4 apples and we're going to match the apple, and we're going to take our glue sticks out and we're going to glue that on. And you're going to continue to do that with the rest of your apples, with the other 3 apples. Cut the apples on the bottom and glue them to match the apple. So that's 1 set right there. And you can see that rectangle is complete now. We can go across to our apple here, and we see the skin, we see the flesh of the apple, we see the stem, we see the leaf, and we see the seeds. Now, is there a apple that you can match to that? I think that's a pretty good match. So we'll put our glue on, and we'll attach that to complete our second rectangle. 2 long sides, 2 short sides. All right, you're going to continue down here. Which apple are we going to match with the apple with the worm? And then there's an apple over here that has a bite out of it. So let's do that together. You have 2 apples left. Let's match them to complete our rectangles. Because when we're done matching, we should have 4 rectangles. All right, so we're practicing cutting. We're practicing matching. And we're also looking at rectangles, which is the new shape of the month. And now that we have them matched, we are going to take out our crayons or our markers, and we're going to color them in. Now the trick is you're going to try to color the matches the same so that they really look like they are maybe brother and sister, or they're from the same family of apples. So if we're making my apple red, which you could make your apple green or you could make your apple yellow, but if you're making your apple red, then you're going to want to make the other apple red. I went ahead and I colored all my leaves green, and then you can do anything you want. If you want a purple worm, go for it. Make a purple worm. All right, but we're just trying to, in our rectangle, match the 2 pictures so they look alike. Okay, and of course we're putting our name on the top, because I love, love, love checking your work and seeing what a great job you're doing. All right, and then you can go ahead when it's your coloring time and you can color all your matches together. All right, moving on to our turkey. Our turkey is a funny bird. His head goes wobble, wobble, and he knows one silly word. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Do you have turkeys in your backyard? I don't have turkeys in my backyard, but sometimes I see people post pictures of turkeys, wild turkeys. And I figure you have that big, when you guys go for your walks, you have that big area there. All right, so my turkey, I just took the back of it and I put some glue on, and now I'm going to glue it on to my brown my construction paper. And of course I picked brown because brown is the color of the month. All right, smooth that on really good so it sticks. And then we have 3 feathers. Okay, now you can either do your feathers in crayon, you could do them in marker, you can do them in paint. I sent you guys home with paint, and you can also use your watercolors. And you can do them before or after you glue them on. I'm gonna glue mine on. I'm gonna put some feathers on my turkey. I'm gonna put them on first, and then I'm gonna go back and glue. So this is how my turkey, I'm going to do my turkey like this. I'm going to put 1 feather on. I'm going to put another feather on. Turkeys have beautiful colors in them. I have a couple pictures of turkeys that I'm going to show you this month. But, so this is what I did. I put my feathers on like this. Now, if I want to go back now, you can do it at coloring time, or you can do it, you know, you can, as I said, you could paint or you could use markers or whatever. But you don't have to do it now, because I know you guys have your time that you do your coloring. But you can just go back, and when it's your coloring time, start coloring in these beautiful feathers. And you know, turkey feathers are kind of like the leaves falling. You can see oranges, yellows, you can see browns, greens, reds. So you can go back. That first one I used a marker. I might use a crayon on the next one. But however you want to do your turkey, it's your creation, so it's the way you want to do it. You could even do some colors in here. You could do some browns. Again, same colors as your feathers, so it's your own creation. All right, so you're going to be cutting today. You're going to be matching apples. You did your turkeys. Now, if you want to add some real feathers to your turkey, you can go ahead and do that, because in the plastic bags that I gave you, even though they're marked for certain crafts, I gave you extra. So if you want to take a couple feathers out of that, one of those bags, and put in for your turkey, that's fine, because that's why I included them in there. Also included some extra papers that you'll see. So go ahead and use them if you want to add to your turkey. We're going to be doing a lot of turkeys this month, so we're going to use a lot of feathers. All right, so just a quick recap for today. We're in the month of November. The letter of the week is P. And here's our capital P, and here's our lowercase p. And we already looked at our chart for pilgrims, pail, pumpkin, puzzles, pencil, pig, penguin. They're all P words. Can you think of a word that begins with P? All right, put your thinking caps on, and we will discuss our letter and the things that begin with P on our Zoom call on Wednesday. All right, boys, do your best work. Take your time. I hope you have a super duper day. It's a little chilly out today. Man, when I woke up this morning, my hands were cold and my feet were cold. So stay warm. Maybe you have a fireplace tonight, your fireplace going, and enjoy your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.